Beerzerker here. Been doing the alley cats. So this one is the apricot ale. Aprikat from Alley Cat. It is again another 5% from Edmonton, Alberta. And it's an ale. So I don't like fruit beer, but I think these guys are going to be able to pull it off, which is saying something, because every fruit beer I've ever had is, especially the cherry. I had one was cherry. It's just like, if you ever chew tobacco and they make the cherry flavored tobacco, well, that's about as good of idea as cherry flavored tobacco. Oh, there you go. Twist offs, but apparently you need vice grips or a drumstick. Well, these guys do low carb, which I'm a fan of, but that's, I don't know, maybe dump it straight in and shake it up a little. It's starting to form head on there now, but it's not as not as much as you might want, right? Way more amber looking to you. It's actually, oh, is that gonna work? Oh, there we are. It's actually gold, just like most of your pale lagers. It doesn't actually look like that. Yeah, it's like a dark pale lager. It looks amber to you, it's not. That's a problem with my camera. Smells like apricots. So, I guess we could taste it. Yep. Reminds me a lot of the dried apricots, which I remember getting introduced to as a kid in the 80s. Morbid relatives, food storage. They'd have these preserved apricots, and we used to go and Skype them and eat them when they're kids. That's exactly what it tastes like. That's really good for an apricot beer, but still, that just not my bag. And I really like these guys' beer, but this is kind of gross. Yeah. The grapefruit beer, I was kind of excited about it. That's like a very once in a while thing. I bought the sampler pack. After this, I'm still going to continue to buy their lager if I can find it, and their amber ale, and their they have some of these other ones. The Alley Cat is really good. Don't think I'll be buying the apricot beer yet. It's better than I thought an apricot beer would be, but it's apricot beer and there's no getting around it. As for its lacing, it's got a really good mouthfeel. It's smooth. It's extremely drinkable. I'm not picking up much hops again. The grapefruit one, I didn't pick up hops at all. Doesn't say what it's brewed with. Inconsistent. Oh, it's a wheat ale. Oh no, here it contains extract. So I didn't pick out the wheat in it. I can't really tell much over that apricot. Yeah, you wouldn't even know that's a wheat beer. Well, it makes sense then. Maybe that's why that's such a good blend. Maybe fruit beers come off better in a wheat beer. I got the grapefruit bottle. The malt doesn't necessarily specify. Yeah, so there you go. So obviously something you want to drink in the summer, maybe warm weather beer. Not really picking up alcohol at all. Extremely smooth. Not much else to say, but it tastes exactly like those dried apricots. But the flavor is actually quite, aside from the apricots, the rest of the beer flavor is quite subtle. Not really catching a lot of big flavors here. Oh, it is wicked cold. They got a really nice finish. Super low carb. Head is pretty much disappeared, but it's still laced. Dump these beers in aggressively when you pour them. Well, I don't know. It's starting to grow me. I'm starting to really like it near the end here, which is weird. I didn't think I liked this at all. But these guys do make really good beer, and you gotta hand it to them for having the balls to put out an apricot beer. You know, because when I generally buy beer, if it wouldn't have been for the sampler pack, I never would have touched it. Because I always get let down by fruit beers. But if they're pulling off a fruit beer pretty good, that's saying something. I wouldn't mind touring this brewery if they let that happen. I toured Nelson Brewery. That was really cool. I really like their beer too, especially the full Nelson. That's kick ass. I like to plug other beers while I drink other good beers. I don't think it really matters. Because if you're gonna drink a Nelson beer, you're probably gonna drink this too. Because you're probably not going there to buy Budweiser. I'm really starting to like it, which is amazing. I didn't see it coming really, but I did after I had the grapefruit when I kind of saw it coming. I was like, grapefruit beer, really? It was good. It was really good. So yeah, I'm trying to pick out the wheat in that, and I can kind of sort of. I never probably would have guessed if it wouldn't have brought it to my consciousness by everybody who wrote on the bottle there, but yeah, it's a wheat apricot thing. It's they brew good beer. Either they're not skimping, which seems to be the deal when you buy beer. Commercial beer is not somebody's home brewed all grade. Most breweries are skimping. I think that's my theory. They are using fruit extract as the only downer I'm seeing on here is it's apricot extract. Not fresh apricots, not that I don't. That might just cause them more problems with the wherever they're doing it. If they're putting it in the fermenter, they probably don't want to jam shit up by plugging it up with apricots and stuff like that. So an apricot extract is probably sterile as well, not full of dirty nasties. They can spoil your beer. So I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 11, just because at the beginning it was a bit gross, and it got a lot better for me. It's a really good recipe though. It's a really good beer still, and I don't like fruit beer, so for me, give it like 9.5 out of 11. That's amazing. You need to, if you get all interested in trying a fruit beer, you try the apricot one. That was cool. Beerzerker, 9.5 out of 11.